Repeat what you just said.
I feel like a cancer patient.
Why?
Just
Why?
just
Because of the hair?
the shaved head and the hat is just like the hair.
Hey, the hair grows very fast at that length,
Yeah, yeah, I know.
right?
I,
It's
I'm
already it's
I'm
already
committed,
probably
dude.
like,
I'm committed to keeping it short for at least a month.
oh, good, good. I thought you were growing it out again.
Yeah. No, no, no. I'm in it to win it, man. My friend said I have a very like badass look if I stop smiling so much.
No, you need to smile, Sean.
I,
You have a great smile.
women
That's
don't
part of
like it
it.
when you tell them to smile.
That is true.
Did,
That is true. That is
did you
true.
know
Does
that?
it? So if women tells a man to smile, is that okay?
Well, there was a video that was going around the internet of women telling men to smile, and it was really cute. They like really caught them by surprise.
Why do you think it works for men, but then for women it's offensive? I mean, I think I know.
Yeah, why don't you just handle this one?
You're scared to go there, because I think men have been telling women what to do forever, and
Yeah,
so, and then also when you tell a woman to smile, it's almost like saying be cute, right? It's that thing,
yeah, and that it's not enough. She's got to do more
right?
than
Right.
what she's already doing.
If a woman tells a man to smile, it can almost come off as a compliment. Like, I
Well,
notice you. You should
yeah, they're
smile.
getting
You have a
noticed.
great. Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
getting noticed, and I heard that like just yeah, just even saying hi to like some men are just not used to getting attention from women for the most part. They kind of feel
Right,
I've heard that they
right.
just kind of feel invisible. So just like looking at them and
Anything.
smiling
Yeah,
will
yeah,
like make their week, you know?
yeah.
I think guys are having a hard time. I mean, I think we're all having a hard time, but I think men apparently like yeah, there are more male suicides.
Mm,
Men are repressing their emotions. They're not able to
mm-hmm.
connect. Um I actually just posted something right now about how defensive men get when their female partners try to talk to them about anything,
Mm,
and that because they have an ego that is so fragile and they have to protect it at all costs that they just can't get out of themselves.
yeah.
What's your experience with like Vanessa bringing stuff up to you?
I get defensive.
You get defensive?
Yeah. Um, I think I'm better. Wait, I'm trying to. Jesus, am I really loud?
No, you're good.
Okay. Um, I try not to be defensive, but I find myself defensive. Um, I think there is a lot of men right now who are confused with identity. I think uh, men right now are very activated and they don't know what to do with it. So I think it's coming out in defense. Also, men don't like call other men and talk about stuff, and so I think a lot of men feel alone. Um, yeah, there's like I mean, okay, so a takeover is not what's happening, but I think a lot of men feel that way.
Mm. What
You
the
know what I'm
women
saying?
are well,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
think that's happening, but if I feel like a lot of men who are especially old school feel like they're gonna lose their footing, their position, that women are gonna take over, and that's not what women want. Like, what women want is generally equality.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I shouldn't speak for all women, but yeah.
Well, I think men who hold more power, if they allow equality, they will have to give up some of their
Yeah.
power to make
Yeah.
room, right? There
Yes.
isn't enough room for women if they don't step down in some way. And so it does kind of feel like it's threatening to everything that they have already or that they've accumulated.
Yeah. I mean, just take something as simple as the distribution of domestic labor and how it's been unfair pretty much, you know, forever until recently, where now people are saying, or everyone's saying, like, look at this, women are doing everything. I mean, men might be mowing lawns. There's all the gender norms and stuff, but in the house, dishes, laundry, all that. Um,
Childcare.
childcare, yeah. And
A lot of
so,
all the emotional labor,
oh yeah, absolutely.
dealing with a touchy, sensitive, ego, fragile ego male partner that you have to
Hmm.
like tiptoe around. I don't think we're talking about like just how emotionally and cognitively exhausting that is to always have to do all the like math equations of like how to be around a fragile and defensive male partner.
Yeah, yeah. It's got to be tough, man. I'm looking at myself, and I know I could have, I could, for me, love and intimacy and connection is kind of foundational. Um, and if I don't have that, I could definitely be drifting and disconnected and kind of um, pouty and I don't know. If I don't feel connected to my partner in that way, the house kind of crumbles for me. And so I'm working on not allowing that to happen.
Yeah.
You know,
That's interesting. I
and
mean, I'm single, right? So I don't have that. I don't have to like walk. I don't have to like even consider what my impact is on my partner because I don't have one. And I also feel like there's a part of me that's not growing relationally because I don't have a
mm,
partner, because I don't have a mirror, someone who knows me, someone who knows the stories, the patterns, all the experiences that come up on a day to day when you're living and co-parenting with a partner that forces these moments of intimacy and
right.
self-awareness and growth. Like I don't have any of that.
Well, I wouldn't say you're not growing though, because you're also doing a lot of other things. That's one department of growth, but there's also so much more.
Yeah, for sure. But I do
Yeah,
feel that relationally, um, I'm not maybe I'm not really going deep there.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
growing some muscles though,
You're growing muscles and an edgier look.
an
Uh,
edgy an edgier look. Yeah. Hey, we
yes,
started on a very like a very serious topic, very
yeah,
serious note.
yeah.
We have range, man.
Hopefully, hopefully, I don't want to be a um a one trick pony. That's
Yeah,
old? That's very old.
yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, I got to tell you something. Last week we talked all about me. I was like, I'm not doing so well, and then you were really there for me, and I was like, I didn't even ask John how he's doing. I don't even know how you're doing.
I didn't feel that. But I don't want to ask. So last week I asked about you, and you're like, kind of grayed out, whatever. And I was afraid that I would show up and you would ask how I was doing, because that would be my answer today. Is dude, I woke up this morning and I just feel like a fucking wilted flower. I don't feel stepped on. Like the flower's still alive, but it's wilted. The petals are kind of mm, you know, it's not standing up, facing the sun and
Hmm,
enjoy. I just feel like I just feel flat, man. I feel
yeah,
kind of discouraged. Nothing's, I don't know. I don't know.
grayed out. I heard
Grayed
grayed
out,
out.
man.
That's kind of a wild expression. I like it.
You know what I feel like? The spinning cursor on your computer screen when it's when things aren't downloading.
You know what they call that?
What?
The wheel of death.
Wow, it's very dramatic. It's very dramatic, man. Yeah, I feel like the wheel of death.
uh,
Um,
what's happening? What do you think's underneath all that?
um, I mean, to be completely honest with you, I feel slightly a little disconnected from my partner. We didn't get into a fight or anything, but probably a lot of my own stuff. And then man, I have this thing, man. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm bipolar. Cause my dad was like this, where when he was happy, he was on cloud nine, and he was so fun to be around, charismatic, and then when he was sad, the sky was falling, and he was a miserable fuck. And so I have a hint of that, where if things are going good, you know, and yeah, when I'm happy, and then when I'm down, I'm just the wheel of death.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
there's no reason. There's no like specific, like something didn't happen or something. Yeah, it was not like something happened. Now I'm down because of it. sometimes life just grates me out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious. Well, okay, two things. First of all, I got a little teary eyed when you sort of like shared how you're feeling because A, I feel privileged that you would share that with me.
Mm,
And then B, it's actually really nice to see a man say like, "Hey, I'm like not doing well. I'm kind of having a hard time."
yeah,
This is like what we need more of, right? Like people being vulnerable. And it's cool. You're doing it just to me, like it's just me and you talking, but then a bunch of people are going to hear this.
yeah.
So, anyways, I was touched
Thank you.
by your vulnerability and your willingness to share.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I feel lonely, man. I feel lonely. And, I got into therapy and, I'm starting to do that again. I know you've been doing it forever. But kind of, the is it, how do you say that word? Existential?
Existential.
Yeah, kind of like this whole, what's it all about? What's the point? Like these big questions. And then also my life can get monotonous. Maybe yours too. Just making videos for better help. And we got two podcasts and retreats and all of that. Um, I don't know, man.
You feel like you're on a treadmill?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So the biggest kryptonite for me is when life gets monotonous and I feel like I'm on a treadmill. Man, I have no endurance for that. So
Yeah, I wonder if the solution is to develop endurance or is it to like shake things up? Because I feel like you probably shake things up pretty often.
yeah, shake things up, get into your body, get out of the house, go move. All the stuff that you do as well, right? I know you're part of a running club. Get on my motorcycle, engage with people, all the basics.
Are you avoiding anything?
Oh shit, the plot thickens.
Well, the first question I had was, what are you and Vanessa not talking about? Which we don't have to be public about that stuff. We've already talked about whether it's appropriate or not. But I'm wondering if there's something you're avoiding. I know I am.
One of the things I'm learning about Vanessa, so what I used to do in my previous relationships is I would talk about everything I felt. So like it was almost like I thought that's what being vulnerable meant, is be completely transparent, saran wrap. And then I realized, oh wait, there's actually a responsibility in being vulnerable, and you don't just spill the beans. You don't just talk about something just because you feel it. You think about how that's going to impact the other person in the relationship, and is it even necessary to talk about, right? So that's something I'm learning with Vanessa is what is important enough to discuss, and also what is not. And also with Vanessa, when I say, "Hey, can we talk?" I see panic in her eyes. It's not something that she's comfortable with doing. She tends to swing a little more avoidant. To having conversations about relationships, probably in her eyes feels like, oh, what's wrong now? So I'm
Yeah.
being more careful about what we talk about, what we don't, how much of it is mine. Self-soothing, that's a big word for me.
Yeah.
Something I need to do.
Yeah. Is the Korean spa helping?
Yes, the Korean spa helps tremendously, actually. Yes, Korean spa, minus the getting scrubbed down with a brush. I hear that happens in Korean
That's like the
spas.
best part of the Korean spa.
I have not done that. I avoid Korean spas because lots of just balls in your face
Oh,
because everyone's naked and
dude,
mostly they're older men, like 70s, and you just see testicles everywhere.
you
And
go into a bathhouse or
yeah, that's a Korean spa is a bathhouse.
yeah, but bathhouse is like a San Francisco style bathhouse.
Oh, no, no, no. So there's there's ice and jacuzzi and sauna, but a lot of because you have the option to go naked, and most people are naked. They're like old Korean businessmen, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe that's just like too close to home. That's what you'll look like in 20, 30 years.
Yeah, I'm not homophobic. It has nothing to do with it. Just,
No,
I don't
of course not.
I don't want to see 80-year-old naked 80-year-olds around. I don't
Except
know.
for, yeah, you don't like your own balls touching your leg. Other than that,
I don't want it to be a before and after shot. Like me before and then them seeing the future. And yeah.
I will say, just to go back to not divulging everything. I used to go to a lot of AA meetings, and there were people there that would just sort of like they just dump, they trauma dump all over
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
and
yeah,
we
yeah.
call it puking on your shoes. Oh, this guy just like puked on my shoes.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah, yeah.
and so I think it's important to like step back a little bit, be like, okay, what am I feeling? Is this feeling, Is this like an old story? Is this historical? What does it mean? What's the story it's trying to tell me? And that we don't have to bring everything to our partners, especially if you lean more anxious. Like you're going to want to lean towards co-regulating with somebody.
Sure.
And you were talking
and then
about
if your partner's avoidant, that repels them. That flips a magnet very fast.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's their kryptonite. And so sometimes self-soothing, I think it's just a really good toolkit to have, because your partner or the person that you need to co-regulate with isn't always available, right? If you're spinning out and your partner's in a business meeting or a board meeting, like they're not available to you.
And they shouldn't always be available.
Correct.
They shouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be dependent on their availability, whether it is emotional availability or, intimate or whatever. The dependence of that, I think, can get unhealthy.
Yeah. I want to provide entertainment and distraction for you. I wish I lived in LA and then we can go do stuff. And
I appreciate your heart, man. It sounds sincere, and I like that. I like that we're friends. I like that we're friends. I like that we're doing this, but I like that we're friends first, and that friendship is new, and we're not just talking about like doing better, but also, as men, just opening up and hanging out, supporting each other, listening, championing each other's stories, all that.
I feel very touched by this conversation.
Yeah. Hey, I think you and I just need to cry today.
Probably. Oh man, I mean, I'm going to cry this week. I'm leaving in a couple hours to the anger management retreat.
Oh, what's this? What's this anger management retreat?
Remember I told you I went and I whacked some foam cubes with a baseball bat, and I killed my mom, and we cried and yelled and screamed no. Anyways, I'm going to a whole retreat of this for 5 days. It's not anger management, it's emotional processing.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So 20 of us, 5 days, just going through group experiences, exercises. It's a practice called core energetics. I don't really know much about it.
Is it co-ed or is it just men?
It's co-ed. Yeah, it's co-ed.
Nice.
And you take what you're take what's happening for you, within you, and you bring it to the group. And so there's group dynamics, and there's a couple facilitators, and so yeah, I'm going to be crying and getting angry and maybe hopefully feeling joy and all sorts of stuff for the next 5 days.
I haven't cried really cried hard, I think, in a long time. But I cried this week. I went out with my mom, and she told me that when we first came to America, she left me and my brother in Korea for a year. And logically, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You guys came here to make money, and you couldn't afford to, they're getting $2.75 an hour working at a 7-Eleven kind of thing. And so they had no money for childcare, so they left me and my brother for a year. And that didn't make me emotional. I just kind of took in information, and she was just saying it kind of like the weather, or reading a menu. And then I came home, man, and I started thinking, what if Vanessa and I left Logan for a year? Like we went to Europe or something. And I didn't, and I think Logan would do her best to oh yeah, but then I think the confusion, and then I started thinking about the attachment at that age, at 3, 4, 5, and how confusing that could be for a child. And then I started crying, and then I started thinking about me at 3, bowl haircut, parents left for a year, doesn't know what's going on, and just trying to cope. And then I started thinking about how that event must have impacted me as an adult, and I'm sure it has.
Or also, how was it for them? Can you imagine having to make that decision? You and Vanessa. I mean, going to Europe for a year is different than moving to America to make it.
Sure, you're right.
To provide
a
better. It's like if you were moving somewhere for Logan to have a better life.
Yeah, racism also. Late 70s. They were in Columbus, Georgia, in the late 70s, working at a 7-Eleven, pretty much.
Wow. Yeah. So they made big sacrifices as well.
Yeah. No FaceTime.
And for you, no FaceTime. No. But then, I wonder what that. I mean, do you have an abandonment wound?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I have a feeling that that was the beginning that laid the tracks for um my attachment style, anxious, being anxious or abandonment or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, how could it not at that age?
Uh, Impossible to not have it impacted you in some way.
Yeah, like logically, I don't think so, but like I think my body and I think from 3 to 7 is like the most tender. I mean, you're just forming as a being. And so then if your parents, who is your primary, they leave for a year, you could be with grandparents and uncles and stuff, but um, it has to shift something in you.
What were you crying about?
I started imagining Vanessa and I leaving Logan and what that would be like for her, and then of course, just fucking tears, like because
Yeah.
when I think about myself, I don't get that sad. I don't remember much of it, but when I think about us doing it to my daughter, that's what.
Well, that triggered it, right? And then maybe
Yeah.
you were able to kind of put yourself in Logan's shoes.
Yes, and it wasn't like her being sad, it was her being confused. That's
Yeah.
what made me cry. Like what's
Yeah.
happening?
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Hey man, I gotta say, I'm really curious what the dining experience at the Sizzler is these days.
It's gone down. It's gone down. It's not as good. It's not as magical. We have more options today than in the 80s. Sizzler and Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was not, before it turned into a fast food chain, it was a sit-down restaurant.
Oh yeah.
And in the 80s, Sizzler and Pizza Hut was like, I mean, that was a shit. When we went to Sizzler, I mean, it was like Disneyland.
Because you can get like a steak with crisp cut grill patterns on it and a salad bar.
All you can eat. In Korea, bananas are imported. They're very expensive. So to go somewhere and you get as many bananas as you want, that's like next. I don't know what that would be equivalent to here.
Wait,
Sushi.
sorry. They have all you can eat bananas at Sizzler?
I mean, they have tons of fruit, and you could go up as many times as you can. Yeah, I mean, you're not grabbing a bunch of bananas. They're all chopped up probably. But
Okay, it's like a fruit bowl or
melons,
fruit salad or something.
You know what? It would be equivalent to today. You and I going to like a sushi bar, and it's endless.
Oh, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Have you been to Japan?
No, I want to go.
Oh man,
I want to go.
dude.
I haven't been to Korea. I haven't been to Japan.
You haven't been to Korea?
No. Last time I was there, my parents left me for a year.
Yeah, well, you weren't there. Oh wait. Oh yeah, you haven't been back to.
No, I
Yeah,
never
why
been
would you want to
back.
go back? That's just like bad memories.
No. It's different now, man. I mean, I think when I was in Korea, it was like a village, war-stricken, poverty, and then companies like Hyundai and now it's like, I mean, Korea is like Tokyo,
Yeah.
Seoul. Yeah.
Seoul. Hey man, I went to speaking of food in Japan, and I went to a Japanese barbecue place last week.
Ooh, those are good.
$40, all you can eat per person.
Oh,
You have 2 hours.
oh, they give you a time limit,
Yeah,
so it's
dude.
like a eating contest.
Yeah, but 2 hours is a long time, and
That
we
is.
ate so much meat. And you got to eat. You have to finish it all before the time's up. Otherwise, they charge you like a per weight of the food that's left over.
Yeah.
But man, that was really fun.
Yeah, was it good?
It was good. Yeah, it was really.
Do you
good.
go to Korean barbecue? You've been to Korean barbecue.
KBQ?
Yeah.
I haven't in a long time, but I used to in the Bay Area in San Francisco.
Yeah, with like where you cook it the meat, you cook it on the fire.
Yeah, and you've got
very
like
social.
the billion little plates.
Panchan. Yep.
Yeah, panchan.
Panchan. It's called panchan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it's all about the panchan.
I can't wait. We're gonna do that in November or December or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, a couple things. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's start this podcast. Okay. Okay, so menopause is called andropause, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a lot of comments about that.
Oh, because it's why?
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the phase. I don't know what it is, but it's like the male equivalent of menopause.
Oh, it's not because they want to not use the word man. That's
no,
not
it's
why.
just called something else. Yeah. Okay, I have a great comment I want to share with you.
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I came for Sean, but I'm staying for John.
Oh.
I agree much more with what John has to say. I love how thoughtful and authentic John is. Sean's page has become thirst traps and women throwing themselves at him. with John, I feel I get more real life advice from him. Thank you.
Is this? You think it's healthy for us to read these things to each other?
I mean, what
I
do you
mean,
wasn't that nice?
for me, but I kind of feel bad. Well, I'm curious how you feel about that because I said, we're both of us, we're sensitive men, you know.
Well, first of all, I think it's ridiculous. You're the one posting
There's
topless photos of you sweating your life out, deadlifting 700 pounds.
Dude, I swear that so if anyone CrossFits, our shirts come off because that's just the culture of it. I don't have abs, man. I'm not trying to show off anything. I'm just when I work out, the shirt has to come off because I feel very claustrophobic. It's just 15 years of doing this. But yes, you're right. I post a lot of workout videos.
I mean, you're hot. I mean, it's so you're the way your videos aren't like necessarily thirst traps because they're like voiceover where you're talking about like doing something hard and like overcoming challenges and like showing up and but it's like it's way more thirst trappy than me. So I don't like I think this is a great comment. I think it's a really nice comment because it shows how thoughtful and authentic you are and how they're getting
I'll be honest with you. Okay, so someone working out or getting sweaty isn't a thirst trap, especially because there's so much of it on social media. Someone in their bed under the sheets in the afternoon, that's a thirst trap. That's what they're talking about with you.
I know. You're totally right. I know that that's what they're talking about, but it's so funny because it's like all it is my head underneath the blankets. Like
it's the mood, man. It's like being in a bathtub, Where are your hands? What's going on? Like,
dude, one hand is literally holding the phone. That's right. And the other hand's just resting on the blankies.
I mean, I don't know. But you're in bed. It can be. It's like subconsciously intimate. Me throwing weights around isn't intimate. It's like whatever. That's all over. But you under the sheets. That's already. It's an intimate setting.
It's intimate setting.
It's candlelight. Yeah.
Well, how did it feel for you to do bedside in bed advice giving?
I don't know, but you know what? We should do an episode of this in bed once.
Oh, yeah.
So we have both of us are in bed. I don't know how we'd set it up, but that'd be great.
Well, we just need the boom arms so that we can have the mic in the right place.
And we're lying down and under the sheets.
Hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, I'm in. Okay. I think I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. And whoever said that, thank you so much. What my day's going better already.
It was sweet. It was really sweet. Came for Sean, stayed for John. I mean, what a winner. What a winner.
Hey, let me ask you this. What's a bigger compliment? Came for Sean, stayed for John, or came for John but stayed for Sean? Because in a way, it's not a compliment to you because they came for you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care.
You got them at the door.
I don't care. They're staying. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I think it's a compliment to both of us.
Exactly. That's why I read it.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about thirst traps a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, what's a thirst trap for you when you're scrolling? Is it like half naked women or no?
Yeah, like a bikini. I think a thirst trap is. I think a thirst trap is someone is like an image that's more revealing than you normally see on their account.
Oh, right.
Like, okay, Todd Barrett's Your Diet Nonsense?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't ever really see much of his life, but every now and then he'll post a selfie of himself in the bathroom, shredded.
Right, because he posts words. Yeah. And so then suddenly he's in a wife. Oh, they're not called wife beaters. Where they? Oh shit.
He's in a singlet.
No,
he's
they're not called singlets.
He's in a tank top.
By the way, speaking of we could do better, those tank tops aren't called wife beaters anymore. They're not called singlets. I don't know what are those called.
They're tank tops.
Yeah, but they're a different type of. It's like old school like Italian dudes.
I know.
I don't know what they're called. Or like
I know they're
Long
called
Beach.
Wife beaters. They're called wife beaters.
Should we just stick to? It's so I don't know.
There are some things that, anyways, people will tell us. Yeah, if they're not wife beaters, what are they? That's a thirst trap, right? Because you don't ever see Todd, but every now and then, he'll show you him in a very like sexy pose. And so for me, it's like someone who doesn't normally do sexy poses, and then every now and then you get like a full on bikini shot. You're like, oh, whoa, okay. I'm not used to seeing that. So I think that's what the thirst trap is. It's not.
It's not it's not the fact that they're in a bikini. It's the fact that they're not in a bikini, but now they are.
Exactly. every now and then you get to see more than you normally see.
I believe you and Todd would do really well on if you guys had an OnlyFans.
Who's to say I don't?
Oh shit! No, you would advertise it if you did because
Yeah, I would. For sure.
yeah. Hey man, worst comes to worst, that's always there, and
That's true.
You would do really well.
That's
I could
true.
just tell.
Yeah, I know I would. But
Yeah.
sex that's a form of sex work, and I
Been there,
not,
done that.
I've been there, done that, and that's not where I want to go.
For 100,000 a month, you wouldn't go there. You wouldn't revisit that for
I would do it for
100,000.
100,000 a month. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jesus, I would too.
$1 million.
And also, you don't have to. I mean, listen, OnlyFans, it's your channel. You don't have to have sex. You could just show your feet. You could.
I know. Dude. Every
just-
time I post a photo with my feet, people are like, "Oh, you can't show that for free." There's like a thing about you can't show pictures of your feet for free. You have to charge for that stuff.
All right, so
join my Substack.
Sean and I both. So the one part of my body that I think is nice is my feet.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I have perfect feet. Like the bars on when you have service on your phone, the bars on it's like that. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, okay. Just the beautiful angle
structure. I don't have like a one toes.
Bunions, no
boils. Nothing like that. I don't take care of my feet, but they're just they're just little perfect little Asian feet.
So, KBQ pedicures. I want to go get pedicures.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it.
And KBQ.
Yeah, I think more men should get pedicures.
Oh, dude, I love getting mani-pedis. I don't do it very often, but it's a really fun experience. I go with my friends and we just shoot the shit and grab a People magazine and call it a.
All right, we're doing that when you're here.
Okay, are you ready? Let's do this.
Do it. All right.
Okay, here's the surprise. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey y'all, my name is Kirsten. I am 32 years old and from North Carolina.
Okay, just right there. That's the new thing. Voicemails.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You like it?
I love it. I think that's amazing. Wait, how did you do it where you're not holding? Because so this would be my version of this. I'd be playing. I know, because you're pro and I'm not. I glue the wheels to the hubcaps on the model car so it doesn't drive.
Yeah.
It doesn't roll. So I would actually play on speakerphone my phone and I'll hold it up to the mic like this. And you would roll your eyes and be like, "Oh, that's cute, John," but there's better ways to do this.
So we have a voicemail line now.
Oh, that is brilliant. How is it hooked up to Riverside where it's coming?
It's a Google Voice number.
Yeah.
People call it, they leave a voicemail. I listen to the voicemails. I download the ones I like or we like, and then I upload them as a media file in Riverside.
Oh my God, that's Sean. What would I do without you?
You would hold the phone up to the microphone.
and you know what we get? We go from 4.9 to 4.5, 4.6.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is what I think I propose we do this for a little while and see how it goes.
Hey, I like this better. Sean, this is so we've been experimenting, if you don't know, about live callers. Again, one of our favorite shows growing up, Loveline, with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. This is the way, Sean. This feels professional. And I feel like I'm in control. You just pause this person's question. When we have live people, I mean, it could just go sideways very fast. They could hijack the conversation, all this kind of stuff.
You want to know what's crazy? On radio shows, oftentimes they have people read questions, right? Like they'll have someone call in, and it's a voice actor. They've hired a voice actor to read a written question to make it sound like it's a caller.
It's funny. Cut to 5 years. We're doing that in studio. We've hired voice actors.
Oh, 2 years. Actually, no, because you can't make this. This stuff is too good. You want the real callers. Are you ready for this question?
No, I'm saying we're not doing voice actors. Nothing about this can be false.
John, this question is insane. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
And also, give me the number. We'll talk about it later. But yes, I want to help.
I will.
Yeah.
Oh, so actually, just side note, on my Instagram, I put the number as my contact information. So on my profile, if you just click the call button, it will dial the voicemail number.
It's the number is hot, link is hot, meaning you could click on it. It's clickable
On your profile. You can add contact information, and I added the phone number as my phone number. And so if you click call, it will go straight to the voicemail. Yes, it's hot. It's a hot number. Hot button.
Can we just once say, can you leave a message? Just dirty talk. Just dirty talk, and just one episode. We're just gonna listen to all the dirty talk that.
Of course, we could do so many things. People can leave anonymous stories. Like this is endless. Yeah, endless.
Call me daddy. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, let's go. Ready?
Let's go.
We're gonna go from the top.
Hey y'all, my name is Kirsten. I am 32 years old and from North Carolina. So I'm in a relationship with a guy. We've been together for 3 years, and pretty often he leaves a skid mark in my bed, and it's where we've had an adult sleepover, and then he sets up on the side of the bed, I guess his butt cheeks spread apart, and he leaves doo-doo on my sheets. So my issue is I haven't told him. 3 years later, still haven't told him. And it's not that I feel unsafe to tell him or that I'm scared. It's just that he is a really, really good guy, and the issue is I just don't want to hurt his feelings. And maybe that makes me soft. The worst part is that I work in healthcare, and so you'd think that I'd be able to talk about doo-doo with him, but maybe that makes me more comfortable with doo-doo on my bed because I work in healthcare. I don't know. Anyways, why do men not know how to wipe their butt? Thanks.
Hey, first, I love that she calls it doo-doo.
I think that's one of the craziest parts is that she calls it doo-doo.
What he is wiping his ass with her sheets? What is happening?
No, so they're having sex, and then his ass is so dirty that he leaves skid marks on the sheets.
Oh my gosh.
They've been together for 3 years, and she is unable to talk to him about it.
So if you're having sex, and even knowing, even if it smells or something, like where there's any shit around you or remnants of shit, is going to instantly turn you off. I mean, how can you continue having sex even with that?
It's also a health issue.
Yeah.
Like there's bacteria. You don't want that in your vagina.
So, my answer is very easy. She has to address it. She doesn't have to be mean about it. But, maybe the way in is through humor. It's like when people have sex and like they'll accidentally fart. And then obviously the uncomfortableness turns into like humor. They'll make a joke and then it eases the thing. This is serious. This is definitely something to talk about and say, hey, I get it. It's embarrassing, I'm assuming, because he's not doing this on purpose. But he should take a fucking shower.
Well, so I just posted about this on my Instagram, and people are going bananas. Insane. So yes, first of all, if this is a recurring problem, like this dude does not know how to wipe his ass.
I mean, that in itself is hygiene and already unattractive to me.
Right. Like how, and it's not women's job to like show them how to do this. Like if you're an adult, you should know how to wipe your ass.
Yeah.
And I have heard from people, this is kind of crazy, that some straight men, this is discourse that's happening around the internet, that straight men, some of them think that it's gay to spend too much time back there cleaning yourself.
Gosh. That's horrible. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's a problem, right? Like people are so homophobic that like spending any time cleaning your ass is considered gay to them, right? So that's a problem. This woman just she's too nice, and she's too nice, right? She doesn't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
But like at whose expense?
Also, it's infecting the chemistry of the. I mean, listen, if my partner always smelled like shit, I would have to address it because it would start to affect the chemistry. It would infect the intimacy. I would not be able to get aroused.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is wild to me. First of all,
Yeah.
like, you got to clean your sheets every time you have sex. Who's doing that? No one's doing that unless it's like period sex or like you're
Or,
with a
or
squirter.
squirting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I've got an exciting brand partnership that I will be talking about later.
Oh shit!
Oh,
What is
yeah.
happening, man? Wow, you're hitting shit out of the park today. You gotta. It has to do with squirt. I'm assuming sex toys, vibrators.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Hey, listen, we're open right now. Blank canvas.
Blank canvas. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, the answer is pretty easy. I think everyone knows. You do have to have a conversation with this person. You don't have to be mean about it. I would joke about it, but yeah. And maybe this is a practice for you, because if you feel bad, you don't hurt this person's feelings here. I'm sure in other areas of your life, there's versions of this happening.
Yeah, I mean, how do you make
Yeah.
a joke about it? That's what I want to know.
Ew! Look at that. What is this? Hey, like
That's funny. I my suggestion was take him by the hand, bring him to the bed, pull the blankies out, and say, "What is that?"
That's shaming.
That's
not funny. That's shaming. Like grab his face, like throw his face in the skid marks.
Yeah, exactly.
I would do an exaggerated ill. Like you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like over exaggerated and there's kind of funny humor. Like if someone farts, you just exaggerate it and it's funny.
Right,
And then
you're
it's
like,
funny.
Good God.
Yeah, exactly.
Who died? Who
Yeah.
died?
That's what I would do.
I don't know. I would feel, honestly, this has been going on way too long to make a joke about it.
Maybe it's a serious. Maybe it's like, hey, listen.
Yeah,
maybe it is a serious conversation.
I think it's a serious conversation.
Yeah.
You say, look, honey, this is really hard for me to admit. I'm embarrassed that I didn't bring this up, and I didn't because I love you so much, and you're such a good guy, and I'm like, don't want to hurt your feelings. Do not want to hurt your feilings.
Yeah,
and
that's the way to do it.
You leave skid marks on the bed, and that is not okay.
Dude, I almost feel like she's not. This is a fake call. I've never heard of this. This is like unbelievable.
What's funny is that I posted this on Instagram, and I got a comment from a woman saying, "Wow, this woman sounds insufferable. Like, just what's the big deal? Don't people clean their sheets after sex anyways? He's just a sweet dude. Imagine having to." So she was like coming to his defense. She was shaming the woman. But caller.
I'm also thinking like, okay, so we have butt cheeks. If you do squats, you've got deep cheeks, and so for the skid marks even to appear on a bed sheet, it has to be so bad. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. No, what she says is that he sits on the edge of the bed, and then that must spread the cheeks, and then you get.
It's okay.
Yeah. By the way, we're calling this guy the Skidmark Bandit. Or Skidmark Steve, one of the two.
Oh God, yeah. Steve definitely can do better.
Steve can do better. Also,
so can she.
So can she. You know what I thought was crazy is she's like, I work in healthcare. I should be able to talk about doo doo. It's like, well, you're calling it doo doo first of all. Like that's like what you do to it. Like when you're talking to a child about poop.
She's making it cute. She's making it because she's minimizing it.
She's minimizing it.
She's like subconsciously making it cute.
And she's infantilizing him a little bit, right? The fact is that like he's a kid. She's treating him like he's a kid who can't handle the truth.
Yeah. Might be the dynamic of their relationship. The mother son thing might be happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
and she wants to take care of him. Yeah.
She wants to take care of him. Great question, right?
Yeah. Great opener. Nice.
Great opener. And then we have a closer.
Let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, you can also have all these other things like
sounds and stuff. Yeah. God, I love it, man. Bells and whistles. This is officially where we take our podcast to the next level. It's this episode.
All right, let's go. Here's the next one.
Hi guys, my name is Anne. I'm calling from Northern California. I'm 57. I've been single officially for 8 years. I'm having a hard time. It's a dating desert, it feels like. I feel like I've been at the hardware store looking for bread, as you just not sure, like, what's happening with this age group. Where are the good single guys? And how do I kind of get out of this funk? Like, I do all the things. I'm active. I'm out there. I volunteer. I do good things with my friends. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not, I might have other addictions like paddleboarding, but I'm doing all the fun things and keeping myself busy and active. So I don't know what's going on, but it's just hard. Thanks.
She sounds like a sweet person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does.
This is common. I actually hear this a lot right now, mostly from women frustrated that there isn't much out there. The whole dating landscape and the toxicity of swipe culture, us being turned into baseball cards. Lots of frustration. This is actually why my best-selling book is called Single on Purpose. It's because the timing of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is. It kind of feels like, I hate to throw men under the bus, that it feels like there are more good, quote unquote, good women who've done the work, who are like emotionally available, who are willing to meet people halfway, than there are men, right?
Well, it's a combination of that and also women today now having a non-negotiable. Like, I'd rather be alone than to settle,
And women who are able to provide for themselves and don't need no
Right.
man.
They don't need, yeah.
So how do we help?
Well, this is one of those things where I don't have a magic answer. I wish I did. I mean, my answer would be to do actually what Sean's doing. Sean is right now living his life, and he's focusing on himself, and he's out doing amazing things. He's joining communities. Also, he could also be lonely, and he could also be going through. But since you've been single, Sean, I mean, I'm just thinking about all the shit that you've been doing, like Burning Man, dates, the anger retreats. You came to LA. I mean, you started a podcast. You moved. I mean, you're very active. You're getting into fitness. So none of that involves you. You're not hitting pause on life until you find, quote unquote, your person.
No, that's true. But it also doesn't feel like, and we don't know this person, right? We don't, but it doesn't feel like she's doing it either. It just feels like she has, like, no, there's nothing. She's been single for 8 years, and she's active. She's volunteering. She's working. I mean, we don't even know. Wait, where did she say she lived? Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, shoot, I forget. Oh, she lives in Northern California. Yeah, it's like, it's one thing if you're living in some tiny little town and you know everybody and there are no dating options. Right. Different story if you're like in an area where there's a lot of people. But I don't know how to solve this either, other than to like grieve the life
what this is?
Thought you were going to have. What?
So what she's talking about, and I might sound a little dramatic, it's actually an epidemic. What's happening? The disconnect of people who are working on themselves and want something better, different, and then other people who are, at home playing video games and sleeping, like, just doing nothing with their lives. There's a lot of video. There's a funny video, a reel of a woman who's like, she has all these she has all these peanuts that represent single men, and she starts saying like, okay, men who are non-abusive, and she takes them out, and men who are working on themselves takes them out. By the time she gets to like someone that she would consider, it's like 2 peanuts. And then she's like, now take these 2 peanuts and spread them across the globe. It's like nothing. Yeah. And so, fuck, I mean, I don't know. I get it. And listen, when I was single, and I've been single many times, lonely, frustrated, normal feelings. Like, do people even like me? Am I going to find someone? How do I find someone? Sexually frustrated, lots of coconut oil, on Friday nights.
Ooh.
And better than lotion. Coconut oil shot.
Soft penis.
Dolphin. I'm a Korean dolphin.
Okay.
No
Is
hair.
that soft?
Well,
no hair.
Hairless. Yeah.
Yeah, hairless and smooth. Nice.
So yeah, I don't know. I've been there. I've been there in my own. Sean's there now.
Yeah, I'm there now. The weird thing, I mean, it's different for me because this is like. Actually, I've always wanted to ask you this: do people hit on you on Instagram?
I think a lot more people hit on you than me.
I know that to be true. because I get hit on.
You don't have to rub it in, Sean. You don't have to
No,
rub it in.
it's not that. It's just that it's like I just get a lot of
Yeah.
I get a lot of interest from strangers on the internet. But I'm curious, does that happen to you? Like, are people DMing you and asking you to go out and stuff?
No. It has in the past when I was single a little bit, but no, not. I don't have those opportunities.
I wasn't trying to rub it in,
Well, like they say, they come for Sean.
but they stay for John.
Yeah, but they come for you.
They come for me.
Yeah, I mean, listen. You're single. You seem like you're working on yourself. You're attractive. The EQ is very high. You're very personable. You're vulnerable. So I feel like you check all the boxes.
Are we talking about me or Anne?
You.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I'm saying that's why you get a lot of DMs.
oh yeah, and I'm single.
Yeah, and you're single. All right.
And
That's
I'm single,
exactly.
yeah. And they're
Yeah.
just like shooting their shot. I thought we were talking about you were like now talking to Anne, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. It's like a really nice message. But yeah,
And sounds lovely.
Anne does sound lovely, and it does sound like she's doing kind of everything. And unfortunately, there are just less. I hate to say, are there less good men out there?
Every female friend I know would say 100% yes.
Okay,
But
That's
I
just
also
hard to
don't, I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy into that because I'm also protective of men in a way.
I know, me too.
I don't
feel
want to
bad.
yeah. Listen. I know a lot of amazing men.
Should we set him up with Anne?
Maybe we
People
could
have
help.
been saying that we should do a matchmaking.
Matchmaking,
service.
that would be funny. That'd be good.
Because you have a lot of dudes, right? On
It's half and half. It was
Half and
a
half?
lot of women, and now a lot. Yeah, it's half and half now.
Are you getting more dudes? Did you have more women before?
Yeah, it was like you. It was a lot of women post divorce talking about love and dating, and then now I'm getting more dudes because I think because of miserable fucks, because that book, a lot of men related to being miserable.
Oh, and
Yeah.
the CrossFit, I think.
Maybe, I don't know. Or
The motorcycles.
Yeah.
I got to do more manly things. I'm wearing like short shorts.
Hey,
I'm prancing around Montreal. That's not
listen,
gonna get-
what does manly look like? I mean, manly doesn't have to look like lifting weights, and manly can be anything.
What is manly?
You are manly.
I feel manly.
Oh, good. Because you said I have to start doing more manly things. You're already doing manly things.
I'm manly but
showing it.
colorful. I'm like prancing manly, like a more prancy version.
Okay. I want to say something to you before we leave.
Sure.
We talked about doing this podcast. We talked about answering calls. We had this kind of like vision. We had this, I would say dream. We started executing it. We promised each other. I think it was 12 episodes.
Yeah.
I think we're on episode 9.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you because you're giving my body the experience of what it would like to have a real call-in show.
Oh, nice.
So like today, the way that you set it up, and there's like a live caller, and you're doing it pro where we could hear their voice, and it's legit, and it's like a fun call, like the shit one, and then the serious call. I feel like we have a real. I feel like we have. I know we have dreams of being in the studio, but I feel like we have created. We have manifested. We talked about it, and now we executed it. And I'm saying this also for listeners to know, like, I really believe in giving your body the experience. So we're thinking about it, we're dreaming about it, we're logic. How do we execute this? But then, like right now in this moment, not missing this moment and saying, "Oh, my body feels like we created a call-in show." This is the first episode where I feel that in my body, and I think what happens. I think the universe starts to meet us halfway. And so I think we'll start to attract and build and grow because now it's not just logic. Now it's here.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. That feels really
Yeah.
nice to receive.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And you created that,
Well, without you asking me to do a podcast together, this wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So we created it.
Yeah. I love it.
Just to touch on that, giving your body the experience. Like, I always thought I wanted to live in the woods and to ski, bike, and climb and have a cabin. And I did that. I moved. I went to Flagstaff. I bought a house. I did that whole thing, and I hated it.
Yeah, your body said no. This is not right. Like, logically, it made sense.
Yeah, and I gave my body the experience, and then I was like, no, fuck that. I came back to Montreal, and my body's screaming for joy.
Yeah, and I think the lesson here is everyone drop into your bodies and listen to your body. Give your body the new experience to eclipse the old, especially if you've been in anything toxic like relationships. It's not going to be like a logical process. It's going to be your body finally feeling safe that you could show love and receive love. And oh my God, this guy's not falling, or you're not going to get hurt, or no one's going to leave you. You have to give your body that experience. It's not a logical thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
2 more things real quick.
Yes.
I have heard from several people. They have said, I have never wanted more than 1 episode per week. I've never wanted that until this podcast. Also, I have never wanted more than an hour of podcast until this podcast.
Wow. Sean, you're such a great cheerleader. You're such a great cheerleader. I love this. Not like fake cheerleading.
It's real
like
shit.
Sean goes into the trenches, digs up compliments or critiques. They're real. He's not making this shit up.
Yeah.
And he brings them here. That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's because I need a girlfriend, because I have too much time on my hands. That's also probably why I get a lot of proposals, because I keep saying, I need a girlfriend.
Yes, because you're asking for the proposals. So they're
I'm
coming.
manifesting. Manifesting.
Yeah.
Like you said, right?
You may stumble upon a caller, and there might be it might be the issue when we do the sex talk, and they're all calling in, and then suddenly you might be going out with someone. Who knows?
Maybe
you might meet someone on the show.
We have great callers. So
yeah, I love our community.
So I think the new motto for the podcast should be, "Come for Sean, stay for John."
It just sounds arrogant, but yeah, let's keep that to ourselves.
Okay.
But yes, I am going to advertise the number. Hey, wait, why don't we advertise it right now?
Hold on, I just have to pull it up. I don't know what the phone number is. It's like a Google Voice number.
I didn't even realize.
You're so good. You're so good at this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
So let me buy some time. If you want to call, and here's the thing about this number, you could leave a voicemail, right? So you're not going to talk to anyone live, which makes it safe for you. Call and leave a message. Leave your question. Leave your comments. Leave anything you want, and we will listen to them.
And keep it to a minute, please.
Yeah. Not a 30-minute vent about what's frustrating in your life.
1 minute. 1 minute. 657-549-1001.
Hey, listen, you go a minute and a half, it's okay. We'll listen. But not 5 minutes.
Yeah, just keep it tight.
Keep it short. Keep it tight.
Yeah. Give us the highlights. What do we really need to know?
Yeah.
657-549-1001, or go to my Instagram, and there's a little button there that says call. Just click it on my bio. Click call.
Yeah.
And John,
I'm going to blast it all over my stories as well. And hey, reminder to everyone: wash your ass. Just be safe. Just wash your ass. Just wash your ass.
Get a bidet. Get a bidet.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So I have a bidet, and
get a bidet. Yeah,
it's actually, you start to get addicted to the feeling of that. It's just. Americans are the only ones that use paper.
Well, not the only ones. Everyone's using paper.
Oh, I thought Americans were I thought most people in the world use bidets, water.
No, there's a lot of people use bidets, but there's toilet paper also.
Yes.
So yeah, use bidets, and you can stop wiping when the paper is no longer brown. Okay. Before it turns red.
Oh my God. Dude, I wipe my ass like 5 times. That's exactly what I do. I wipe until it's no longer brown. That's a great, Sean. That's great.
Let's just leave people on that one.
So simple. Thank you for listening. Be well.
Have a beautiful week.
You too.